Hey, welcome back. Today we are going to be watching Unwritten Poor Person Rules that rich people wouldn't understand. Okay, so I thought maybe we'll find some relatable ones in here and let's just go for it.
When your shampoo starts to get towards the end, you put water in it so you get all the last bits out.
I did not watch that entire video. I heard poor people, rich people, shampoo bottle empty, put water in. Because you want to get everything out.
Yeah.
Do we not want to get everything out? I do. But about 5 years ago, I found out that the majority of the clients that came to us from the salon, a quick little iced tea while something saturates or they're getting their hair done. A lot of those people don't own shampoo and conditioner. They don't own it and they haven't purchased it in years. What? You? No. Because they just come to the salon about 1, 2, 3 times a week and they get their hair washed there.
I was like, what?
They only wash their bodies at home. Originally, I thought it was an accessibility thing because I only ever heard that
Can you
from
imagine?
the older women that needed help walking, or they would tell me,
haven't gone to
I
a salon
can't
in,
reach
like,
into my hair
10 years.
anymore. No, it's all of them, majority of them. So every now and again, you see a bunch of 15, 16-year-olds going to the salon because it's hair wash day.
My goodness.
Not wouldn't, didn't. I used to work as a nanny for high net worth individuals. An unwritten rule that some of my clients just didn't understand was that if you have extra food that you're not eating, that you're literally going to let spoil.
No, you eat it.
And leave out for your nanny to throw away in the morning, but not offer any of your household employees to take the food home, and in fact seem rather offended if any of your household employees even hint at them being hungry during a 12-hour shift. I am referring to a particular client, and I was pregnant when I worked for them, and it was horrible. I was expected not to eat for 12 hours to watch them eat all kinds of fancy food.
No.
And not share any with me. Watch it spoil on the counter, come into work the next day and throw it away.
Oh, that's horrible.
The worst part is, this person is a social media influencer, one of them. And one of their top charities is feeding people with food insecurity.
It's all an act, isn't it?
What's an unwritten
Can you
rule
imagine
from your
having
world
extra
that
food like
rich
that and
people
like just
wouldn't
letting it go
understand?
bad?
So
And
there
you got
are
other
a
people
few
around,
unwritten rules that we
let alone
had
your
growing
workers
up that
around?
we
Come
still
on.
do to this day as adults, right?
Gosh.
Come here. For example, ovens. Ovens have more than one purpose. They don't just cook food. Those are also the heaters for the house, right?
Yeah, keep
Number
it open
2,
after you're done.
grocery bags, right? These are not just grocery bags. What you do now is you put this on a
It's a garbage
doorknob.
bag.
That's your trash bag for the week, right?
Are
Also,
these normal?
soaps.
Are these normal? Oh my
You
gosh, I
put
don't know.
water in your soap,
Yeah.
right, to extend the life period of the soap, right? Also, clothes. I still have my grandfather's old pants. I wear them now to this day,
Yeah.
right? You never want to get rid of clothes. Also, right, gift cards. If you ever wanted like a free subscription to like anything and they need a card on file, you put an old gift card in so that when they try to charge a card, they don't charge a gift card. Also, fast food, always dollar menu. Always.
Oh yeah.
Right, povos out there.
Oh, yeah.
What's an unwritten rule from your world that rich people just wouldn't understand?
You can just add
When a
Mac
rich
sauce to
friend
the
takes you out
McDouble.
to
You used
go
to be
get
able to do
something to
that.
eat,
Make a Big
and they
Mac
say,
for
"I
$2.
got you," I order what I know I can afford,
Yeah.
just in case something happens.
Right, povos out there. What's an unwritten rule from your world that rich people just wouldn't understand?
I commented, but I'm gonna say it. Saving bacon grease because butter's expensive. So you use the bacon
And the
grease
bacon grease tastes
to
better.
cook eggs and put on top
Makes
of
it taste
biscuits before you
better.
put them in the oven. Also saving all your grocery bags to use later as kitty litter bags or
Bathroom
for any other
garbage.
type of messes. Cutting up old towels to use as rags around the house.
Never did
and
that.
or old t-shirts to use
No,
around the house.
it's kind of weird.
Getting your soap bar that has gotten worn down quite a bit and then just sticking it on the back of your new soap bar and letting it stick so that you've got like layers
Pretty
of
smart.
old soap and new soap because you don't want to waste it.
Yeah.
Using water that you've cooked noodles or soup or something in that you've like not gonna drink to water your plants.
Yeah, that's smart.
Because
Let it
don't
cool
wanna waste
down,
and
though.
It's got nutrients. Also, cutting off the edges of your scraps that a lot of people throw away. I see them in videos all the time. They just chop, 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 and then they throw all those away.
Chop
You
what?
save them and you put them in your freezer so that you can make your homemade broth later.
Of your meat
also
scraps.
in containers that you bought from the store that used to be salsa because it's glass and you don't want to throw it away.
Yeah. Everyone
What's
has
an
a bunch
unwritten
of
rule
jars.
from your world that rich people just wouldn't understand?
I was raised under the rule of not spending any extra money, no matter how convenient it made your life. Oh, there's a delivery fee?
No.
We're going to go pick it
Yeah.
up. 2% fee to use a credit card?
No.
Nah, we're going to go to the ATM and be right back. 10 cents per grocery bag?
It
We're
all
gonna take
adds
these out
up. This all
ourselves,
adds up.
but thank you. Insurance in case the item breaks? Definitely not. $5 convenience fee per seat to reserve at a movie theater? We're going to show up an hour ahead and buy the seats then. Thank you. All that to say, it made a lot of things inconvenient growing up, and so now I pay for some of those conveniences, but at least I know what I need to do and where I need to go when I need to budget again.
Yeah.
Povos out there, what's
Some
an
good little
unwritten
tips.
rule from your world that rich people just wouldn't understand?
That you do not get to use the oven in the summer. And when you use it in the winter, when you're done and it's turned off, you gotta leave the door open so you can heat the rest of the house.
Right, Povos out there,
That's just
what's
being
an
smart.
unwritten rule from your world that rich people just wouldn't understand?
Everything becomes a rag after time.
See,
Old
I don't know.
bed
This
sheets
is the
that
one
don't
I'm
fit
like,
anymore, that
no.
have holes in them, rag. Dirty towels that are frayed
guess that's
and
smart,
can't be
like-
used, rag. Clothes that have stains on them.
But you need to,
first
like,
they
really,
become
like, bleach
pajamas,
them out
then
first
they
or
become
whatever.
Rags. Then you have your levels of rags. So first, when it's not too bad, it can be an inside rag where you can dust things with it, maybe polish glass with it. But if it gets too dirty looking or
Sorry, my
rough looking,
focus keeps,
then
like,
it becomes a
breaking. I
shed
don't know,
rag,
this camera's
which is used
so
for
blue light.
cleaning tools, spills,
Okay.
changing oil, like, yeah,
That kind of
everything
right?
becomes a
No?
rag.
Povos out
That's
there,
right.
what's an unwritten rule from your world
Sorry.
that rich people just wouldn't understand?
If a neighbor's hungrier than you are, the last bit of food goes to them. If a friend needs your last bit of money, you give it.
That's true.
And if something happens, don't call the cops. Y'all handle it. If the cops come to the neighborhood, you tell them they're out of their jurisdiction.
What?
Nobody talks.
Right, Povos out there, what's an unwritten rule from your world that rich people just wouldn't understand?
Okay, I'd say the two biggest ones are keeping track of how much you're spending while you're at the grocery store
As
to
you're
make
going.
sure you have enough for the tax at the end. And
Yes.
the second one would be that when your bank account is overdrawn, calling the bank and begging them to take off the overdraft fees because you don't do it very often, and seeing if you can get somebody you haven't talked to before.
Right, Povos
Please.
out there, what's an unwritten rule from your
Take
world
that
that rich
$25,
people just
$50
wouldn't
charge
understand?
off.
This one is a pet peeve. If you're going out with
It
a
was an
friend
accident.
and it's your treat, tell them that up front. The number of times I have passed up hanging out with my friends because I did not have the money
Yeah.
to pay for whatever the outing was, only to find out that they had planned to treat
Yeah,
me,
but
but
when
they
you-
didn't
I feel
say
bad,
that.
like-
So I didn't go. One time
Unless you can treat them
I
back.
went to on a weekend trip, and it cost every last penny that I had to go to be there in the first place. So a friend of mine who was wealthy invited a whole group of people to go out for dinner at this really nice sushi restaurant. I adore sushi. I do not pass up sushi anytime.
Sushi's so expensive,
But
so
this was you could easily spend
Yeah.
$100 a plate at this
it's so
place.
expensive.
I did not have $100. I had about $50. So I checked
Still
the
a
menu
lot
ahead of
for one
time and I
meal, eh?
said, okay, I can afford to do this as long as I'm very careful about what I order to eat. So I go, I did not order any sushi, even though I love sushi, but that's what I really wanted. What I did get was amazing and delicious. But, I ordered one of the cheapest items on the menu. And then my friend paid for everybody.
Okay.
They just paid for the whole group, which was amazing and very much appreciated.
But you're like, oh, I wish I got more.
But
like,
I remember thinking,
kind of,
man, I could have had sushi. I could have had
yeah, you
dessert.
could have had
I
all
could have
that,
had a
but
glass of wine
on
like
someone
everybody
else's
else
dime.
did.
I wouldn't do that. Get them, even if they're
Had I
paying,
known
get the less
that I was
thing.
not limited to my budget, and it would have made
Oh
no
my
difference
gosh.
to my friend. It would have been $10, $20
Sorry, but like
more,
as a poor
and
person,
they,
no.
they would have wanted me to have whatever I actually wanted to have for dinner. But
Even
they
if they're
didn't say,
rich.
oh hey, my treat, until the check came. They still didn't even say it. They just paid for it.
So she would have went all
And
out
it was
if
as
she knew she
everybody
wasn't
except
paying.
me knew that they were going to pay for it. So if you're gonna cover something, if you're gonna make it possible for your poor friend to go and do things with you, tell them that it's your treat. Because if you don't say that, if you don't make it clear, we're going to assume that it's not.
Apparently, if you say it, they're gonna spend double the money. I don't know about that one, you guys. I don't know about that one.
Oh, it's my time to shine. All this knowledge and skill that I have accumulated over being dirt poor for so long of my life. It's finally happening. And I've already made a video about one of those, where you're always going to store your cups and your bowls and anything that something could crawl inside or
Upside
land
down.
in. That hoe goes upside down. And then you pick it up, you inspect it, you blow in that hoe, and
Rinse
then
it
you
out.
rinse it out before using.
Oh, God.
The heels on the ends of bread, you don't throw those hoes out. No, those are emergency sandwich making supplies. All you gotta do is flip them inside out so the crust is on the inside. Your kid will never know the f***ing difference. You're welcome.
I never even
Sometimes
thought
you
of
just gotta
that.
go and
Flip
have
it
sleep
over.
for dinner. If you know, you know. When articles of clothing get handed down from sibling to sibling for so long that it actually becomes a family heirloom, the ladder stitch is actually one of the better hand sewing techniques used for repairing small holes inside of your clothing. And last one, because I'm not going to take up all of the ones that I do know, because there are a lot. But if it moves and it shouldn't, duct tape. If it doesn't move and it should, WD-40.
If it moved, what? Okay, I got a little confused there on the end. But it's okay, it's okay. Okay, those were, like, kind of relatable. Some of them a little bit no, but I feel like it's a whole different world, eh? The separation of class. It's a whole different world. These people become out of touch. And I saw there was a study that the more money you have, the less empathy you have. The richer the person, the less they could empathize with anyone, which is like really scary. I think, you know, the human brain can be corrupted so easily. Like, it's so corruptible by like power. Pretty much. So yeah, that was something. Come back tomorrow for another video. I've got a new video every single day, all April long. So yeah, I'll see you tomorrow.